Welcome to Retired Pennies World, the channel where we explore the fascinating stories, surprising histories, and hidden values behind the coins that most people overlook every day. Today's video is dedicated to a coin that many collectors consider one of the most important modern quarters ever produced by the United States Mint. This is the 1983 quarter-dollar coin with the P mint mark, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, but becomes incredibly valuable when you understand its history, scarcity, and condition-based rarity. If you enjoy discovering coins that can transform a simple piece of pocket change into real money, then you are in the right place, because the 1983 P quarter in good condition has the potential to sell for more than $100 or even more in today's collector market. So sit back and relax as we take a deep journey into everything that makes this coin special, valuable, and worth searching for. To truly understand why the 1983 P quarter is such a standout coin, we must go back in time to the early 1980s. During this period, the United States Mint was transitioning through major changes in coin production, metal usage, and distribution. The country had recently moved away from silver content in circulating coins, and minting processes were adjusting to new economic conditions. What makes the year 1983 especially important is the fact that the United States Mint made an unusual decision that would later create one of the biggest modern coin rarities ever. In 1983, the Mint did not produce any official mint sets for collectors. Normally, mint sets are packaged collections of high-quality coins made specifically for collectors. These sets protect the coins from damage and preserve them in excellent condition straight from the mint. But in 1983, collectors were left without any such sets. This single decision became the reason why high-quality 1983 quarters, especially those with the P mint mark from Philadelphia, are considered extremely difficult to find today. Because no mint sets were produced, every single 1983 quarter that entered circulation did so without any special protection. These coins were used heavily in everyday life. They passed through cash registers, vending machines, wallets, pockets, and bank bags for years, causing scratches, dents, smudges, and surface wear. Unlike other years, where collectors could easily find mint-fresh examples, the 1983 P quarter had no preserved supply stored safely in collector packaging. This meant that as time passed, almost every surviving coin became worn down. This is the reason why collectors today will pay strong premiums for 1983 quarters that still remain in nice condition with sharp details and minimal wear. Let's take a closer look at the design of the coin itself and why condition matters so much. The obverse side of the 1983 quarter features the iconic portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan. The clarity of Washington's hair curls, the sharpness of the lettering, and the smoothness of the fields are all important details that collectors examine carefully. On the reverse side, the American eagle stands proudly with its wings spread wide, surrounded by olive branches symbolizing peace and strength. For collectors, a coin from 1983 that still retains all these design details with sharp edges and original mint luster is highly desirable because it is extremely rare for this specific year. Now let's talk about the value of this coin in today's market. While an average circulated 1983 P quarter might be worth only its face value, the story changes completely when the coin is in good or better condition. Collectors today understand how difficult it is to find high-grade 1983 quarters, so they are willing to pay a premium for coins that stand out. In good condition, you can expect the value to rise quickly. A coin with strong details, clean surfaces, and minimal wear can easily sell for more than $100. In even higher grades, such as uncirculated or mint state levels, the value can rise dramatically. Some exceptional examples have sold for several $100s because collectors are always competing to own the finest known pieces from this difficult year. Another reason for the value of the coin is the grading population. Professional coin grading companies such as PCGS and NGC have recorded very low numbers of high-grade 1983 P quarters. This low population makes the coin even more desirable because collectors want coins that are both rare and historically significant. Even a small improvement in condition can raise the coin's value significantly because it becomes part of a very small, elite group of well-preserved pieces that survive decades of circulation. So what should you look for if you happen to find a 1983 P quarter? First, check the details on the obverse side. Look carefully at the hair of George Washington. If the lines are still visible and sharp, that is a very good sign. Next, examine the reverse. The feathers of the eagle should be clear, and the edges of the wings should be well defined. Avoid coins that have deep scratches, dull surfaces, or heavy wear because those flaws can lower the value. If your coin has strong details, a clean appearance, and minimal damage, then you might be looking at a valuable collectible worth far more than 25 cents. This is why the 1983 P quarter continues to attract attention from collectors and treasure hunters all over the world. It reminds us that not all valuable coins are old or made of precious metal. Sometimes the true value of a coin comes from scarcity, condition, and historical context. And this particular coin has all three. So the next time you go through your loose change, your old savings jars, or your childhood coin collection, make sure to keep an eye out for this rare beauty. A simple 1983 quarter dollar with a P mint mark could turn into a valuable surprise worth over $100 if it is in good condition. Next up, we are taking a deep and detailed look at the 1990 quarter dollar coin with the P mint mark, a coin that millions of people have owned, spent, or saved without knowing that some examples can bring strong value in today's collector market. Even though it is a modern coin, the 1990 P quarter has a special place among collectors because of how condition, demand, and historical significance all come together to make this coin more valuable than you might expect. So stay with me from start to finish, because by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why a simple 1990 P quarter in good condition can be worth well over $100, depending on its quality, luster, and preservation. The 1990 quarter with the P mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most active mints in the United States. That year, hundreds of millions of quarters were released into circulation to support the growing need for daily transactions across the country. Because so many were produced and used immediately in everyday life, most of them suffered heavy wear, scratches, and dents from constant use in pockets, wallets, cash registers, vending machines, and banks. The majority of these coins today look dull, worn, and damaged. This is why condition becomes the most important factor when evaluating the 1990 P quarter. A high-quality example stands out instantly, especially because there are so few surviving pieces that still look fresh, sharp, and well-preserved after more than 30 years. The design of this coin is one of the classic American coin designs that collectors love. The obverse features the familiar profile of George Washington, created by John Flanagan, and this portrait has been used on U.S. quarters for decades. Collectors pay attention to the clarity of Washington's hair, the sharpness of the facial features, and the smoothness of the surface around the lettering. On a valuable 1990 P quarter, these details should be crisp and easy to see. On the reverse side, the bold American eagle stands with strong wings, powerful feathers, and the olive branches below it. A well-preserved example will have strong lines in the feathers, a clear beak, and no flattening of the design. These small details make a huge difference in the coin's value because they show how well the coin has survived over time. The current coin market continues to show strong interest in high-grade quarters from the late 1980s and early 1990s because collectors are now recognizing how hard it is to find these coins in good condition. Even though these coins are not old, almost all of them were used heavily, so finding one in good or better condition is becoming increasingly rare. In good condition, a 1990 P quarter can easily sell for more than $100, especially if the coin still has some natural mint luster and sharp strike quality. Coins that have been professionally graded and received a high mint state grade can even reach several $100s because they are part of a very small group of surviving coins that look almost as fresh as the day they were minted. When examining a 1990 P quarter, it is important to look closely at the rim, the edges, the fields, and the overall appearance. A valuable coin will not have major scratches, dents, corrosion, or dull surfaces.
It should have clean fields, sharp letters, and a strong overall shine. Even small differences in quality can cause huge changes in value because collectors compete for the best examples available. This is why a coin that looks common to most people can actually be a hidden treasure for collectors who understand what to look for. So if you happen to find a 1990 quarter dollar with the P mint mark, take your time and study it carefully. Coins like these prove that even modern pocket change can carry real value when preserved properly. Many people do not even realize that their old coin jars may be hiding pieces worth far more than 25 cents, and that is exactly what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every coin has a story, and every coin has potential, and your next valuable find could be hiding right in your home.
Next up, we are taking a complete and detailed look at the 1989 quarter dollar coin with the D mint mark, a coin that millions of people have spent without giving it a second thought. Yet collectors are now paying attention to it because well-preserved examples can bring impressive prices in today's coin market. If you enjoy discovering valuable coins and learning how a simple piece of pocket change can turn into real money, then stay with me from start to finish, because the 1989 D quarter in good condition has become one of the most interesting modern coins for collectors. The 1989 quarter dollar with the D mint mark was minted at the Denver Mint, which is known for producing high-volume circulation coins. That year, the United States Mint released hundreds of millions of quarters into the economy, and almost all of them went directly into heavy circulation. These coins were used daily in stores, banks, vending machines, and passed through thousands of hands over the last 3 decades. Because of this constant use, most 1989 D quarters today are worn, faded, scratched, and damaged. That is why finding one in good condition, with strong details and minimal wear, is far more difficult than people think. Condition is the key factor in determining whether this coin is worth 25 cents or well over $100. The design of the 1989 quarter is the classic Washington quarter design that collectors love. On the obverse side, George Washington's profile is featured, originally sculpted by John Flanagan. A valuable 1989 D quarter will show sharp details in Washington's hair, clean lines around the date, and a smooth field without deep scratches. On the reverse side, the American eagle stands with outstretched wings clutching olive branches, symbolizing power and peace. Collectors look for sharp feather lines, a clear eagle beak, and strong lettering that has not flattened out from circulation. A coin that still carries its original mint luster and has minimal signs of wear can stand out instantly in the grading world and attract strong offers from collectors. One of the biggest reasons this coin has gained collector interest is because the late 1980s and early 1990s are becoming difficult years to find in high grade. Many people saved coins from the 1960s or 1970s, but hardly anyone saved coins from 1989 in mint condition. These coins were considered too new at the time, so very few were kept aside as collectibles. Because of that, high-quality 1989 D quarters are now much harder to find than people expect. This is why the value can increase dramatically when a good condition example appears on the market. In good condition, the 1989 D quarter can easily reach over $100. In mint state or professionally graded high-level condition, prices can climb even higher because collectors compete for the best preserved examples from this year. When examining a 1989 D quarter, pay attention to the small details. Look closely at the surfaces for natural shine, also known as mint luster. Check the edges for nicks or dents. Examine the reverse feathers carefully and see if the lines are still sharp. A valuable coin will stand out because it will not look dull or heavily worn like most circulation coins from that time. Even slight differences in preservation can create huge differences in value because collectors know the difficulty of finding this coin in strong condition. Coins like the 1989 D quarter remind us that not every valuable coin is old or rare in mintage numbers. Sometimes value comes from scarcity in high grade, meaning that only a few coins survived without damage. So the next time you go through your pocket change, your savings box, or your old coin jar, take the time to look for this coin. You might be holding something worth far more than its face value if the condition is right. Next up, we are diving deep into the 1992 quarter-dollar coin with the P mint mark, a modern coin that millions of people have held in their hands, yet almost nobody realizes that certain well-preserved examples can be worth strong money in today's coin market. So stay with me until the end because the 1992 P quarter in good condition has become one of the more interesting collectible coins from the early 90s. And depending on its condition, it can be worth over $100 or more. This is one coin that looks ordinary on the surface, but carries a surprising amount of value when examined closely. The 1992 quarter dollar with the P mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the major mints responsible for supplying circulation coins across the United States. In 1992, hundreds of millions of these quarters were minted, and almost all of them went directly into everyday transactions. They were used heavily in stores, parking meters, vending machines, banks, and businesses, meaning that most surviving coins today show signs of wear, scratches, dull surfaces, and faded details. Because of this heavy circulation, finding a 1992 P quarter in good condition is much harder than people realize. Circulated coins become extremely worn over 30 years, so when collectors see a clean, sharp, well-preserved example, they immediately know they are looking at something special. The design of the 1992 P quarter continues the classic Washington quarter design that was used throughout the 1980s and early 1990s. The obverse features the portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. Collectors pay attention to the hair details, the sharpness of the lettering, and the overall smoothness of the field behind Washington's head. A valuable 1992 P quarter will show clear curls in Washington's hair, a sharp date, and minimal surface marks. On the reverse side, the powerful eagle with outstretched wings appears, holding olive branches symbolizing peace and strength. A well-preserved coin will still show feather lines, a crisp beak, and bold letters around the rim. These small details separate a valuable coin from a common one because most 1992 quarters are too worn to show this level of clarity. One of the biggest reasons collectors are now interested in quarters from the early 1990s is because this period is becoming surprisingly hard to find in high grade. People often saved coins from the 1960s or 1970s because they seemed old, but hardly anyone saved coins from 1992 in mint condition. These quarters were seen as new back then, so they were rarely placed in collections. Instead, they were used constantly, and very few survived with their mint shine and sharp strike. This scarcity in high-grade condition is what drives the value up today. In good condition, a 1992 quarter with the P mint mark can easily be worth over $100. In mint state condition or professionally graded higher levels, the price can climb much further because collectors compete for the best preserved examples. When examining a 1992 P quarter, take your time and look closely at the surfaces and edges. A valuable coin will have smooth, clean surfaces without deep scratches, dents, or dark spots. The coin should still have at least some of its original mint luster, the natural shine that appears when light moves across the surface. Check the eagle's feathers for sharp detail, examine the edges for nicks, and make sure the lettering is still bold and well-defined. Even small improvements in condition can make a huge difference in value because collectors are looking for coins that survived unusually well from this year. Coins like the 1992 P quarter remind us that not every valuable coin needs to be old or rare in mintage numbers. Sometimes the real value comes from condition scarcity, meaning very few coins remain in the quality that collectors want. This is why going through your old coin jars, pocket change, or saved coins from the past can still reveal surprises. A coin you have owned for years might suddenly be worth far more than you ever expected simply because it survived in better condition than most others. This is Retired Pennies World signing off, reminding you that every pocket, every drawer, and every old jar might be hiding the surprise of a lifetime. Stay curious, stay hopeful, and never stop looking for the treasure that could be right in front of you. Thanks for joining Retired Pennies World. Keep your eyes sharp, your coins safe,
and your passion alive, because the next valuable find could be waiting in your hands at any moment. You've been watching Retired Pennies World, where we turn ordinary coins into extraordinary discoveries. Keep checking your change, keep exploring, and always remember that today's small coin could become tomorrow's big reward.